Candidates, please get ready for the passage.
Service tax is an indirect tax levied on certain services provided by certain categories of persons, including companies, associations, firms, body of individuals, etc. Service sector contributes about 64% to GDP. Services constitute a heterogeneous spectrum of economic activities. Today, services cover a wide range of activities such as management, banking, insurance, hospitality, consultancy, communication, administration, entertainment, research and development activities forming part of retailing sector. Service sector is today occupying the center stage of the Indian economy. It has become an industry by itself. In the contemporary world, development of service sector has become synonymous with the advancement of the economy. Economists hold the view that there is no distinction between the consumption of goods and consumption of services as both satisfy the human needs. In the late 70s, the Government of India initiated an exercise to explore alternative revenue sources due to resource constraints. The primary sources of revenue are direct and indirect taxes. Central excise duty is a tax on the goods produced in India, whereas customs duty is the tax on imports. The word goods has to be understood in contradistinction to the word services. Customs and excise duty constitute two major sources of indirect taxes in India. Both are consumption specific in the sense that they do not constitute a charge on the business but on the client. However, by 1994, the Government of India found revenue receipts from customs and excise on the decline due to WTO commitments and due to rationalization of duties on commodities. Therefore, in the year 1994-1995, the then Union Finance Minister introduced the new concept of service tax by imposing tax on services of telephones, non-life insurance and stockbrokers. That list has increased since then. Knowledge economy has made services an important revenue earner. Chapter 5 of the Finance Act 1994 referred to service tax. It defined SSC to mean a person responsible for collecting the service tax. Under the Act, service tax was defined to mean tax chargeable under Chapter 5. Under the Act, taxable service was defined to mean any service provided by a stockbroker to an investor in connection with the sale or purchase of securities listed on a recognized stock exchange. Services rendered to a subscriber by the Telegraph Authority, and services rendered by an insurer to a policy holder. Under the Act, it was clarified that words and expressions not defined in Chapter 5 but used therein shall bear the same meaning as given in the Central Excise Act 1944. Section 66 stated that service tax shall be levied at the rate of 5% of the value of taxable services provided to any person by the service provider who was responsible for collecting the service tax. It was similar to Section 3 of the Central Excise Act 1944. Section 67 dealt with valuation of taxable services. Section 68 dealt with collection and recovery of service tax. Section 71 dealt with assessment. Section 72 dealt with best judgment assessment. Section 73 dealt with value of taxable services escaping assessment. Section 83 inter alia stated that sections 9C, 9D, 11B, etc. of the Central Excise Act shall also apply to collection and recovery of service tax. Further, it may be stated that the administration of service tax is given to the authorities under the Central Excise Act.